Alright everybody, today we are back with the guide videos. We have our genius chief alchemist Albedo today, and we have only one build for him, the only one that I guess is going to function, and it's going to be a sub DPS. So without waiting another second, we are starting with weapons, which is probably going to be the most interesting one. So the first weapon that got defense in the main stat was the Cinnabar, and yeah, from the 4 stars, that's going to be the only weapon that you will want on your Albedo. If you are lucky enough to have the Chioris weapon, then that one, I think that one is going to be even better than the Cinnabar. So yeah, only those 2 weapons are going to be really good on him. But if you don't have any of those, of course that you can go with some crit rate or crit damage weapons, because it's going to give him even more damage when it comes to his skill. But also you can go with some of the energy recharge weapons. So yeah, if you don't have those 2, the Cinnabar and Chioris weapon, you can go with some of the energy recharge weapons. This is not going to be the bad one, this is going to be a really good one, and I was using it before Cinnabar was out, so I guess the Festering Desire could be second best option if you don't have Cinnabar. And when it comes to the 5 stars, well, as I said, any of the crit rate or crit damage weapons, and you have few of the energy recharge ones as well. So I hope that you have Cinnabar, because that's going to be the best one if we are not including Chioris weapon. And moving on, we have artifacts. So the best artifact set, I'm going with the Husk for so many Geo characters, and I'm not changing anything when it comes to Albedo, because I do really believe that Husk set is the best one for, let's say, 80% of the Geo characters. And of course you're going with defense, Geo and crit, because I, if you are asking, did try defense circlet and some other combinations, let's say even defense goblet, and in the end I did get the most damage with this setup: defense, Geo and crit. And now we have talents. Well, when it comes to talents, of course that you don't need normal attack. And something interesting is that you don't need your burst. Burst is scaling from the attack, so it's not going to help you, because you will want just defense on your Albedo, and because of that, the skill which is scaling from defense is going to be something that you will want to max out. The burst is not dealing that much damage anyways. I did try it with the attacks, and just how much damage is it going to provide, but hey, it's really not doing that much. So don't worry about the burst, just max out his skill, and of course normal attack can stay at level 1 as well as the burst. When it comes to passive talents, the first passive talent is actually going to boost your damage from your skill, but only when opponents are below 50% of HP and you have 25% damage increase, which is going to definitely help. I guess in the first rotation it is possible, it's mostly possible to go below 50% of opponents, so this is definitely going to help in the second phase of the battle when you are trying to get more energy or you are activating the second rotation. And when it comes to second passive, it's really interesting because as a Geo character he is giving to your party members 125 elemental mastery. A little bit strange that they put it on him, but hey, I saw people using Albedo in so many different teams, so I guess it's kinda okay. I don't know, for Geo teams it's not going to help, but for someone else, if you're missing elemental mastery and you don't know who to put because you don't have anyone better than him, well, he's going to help you just a little bit with that boost, and it's activated only after you use burst. So note that one as well. Lastly, we have Constellations. So the first constellation is going to help you a little bit with energy, and I don't have the constellation, so I do not know exactly how much, but I did watch videos and it's not really that amazing. But hey, if you need just that little bit of energy and you got lucky and got his first constellation, I guess it's going to help you just enough. So the second constellation is a little bit confusing, but in general, after you use your skill, the skill is going to hit enemies, you will get some kind of stacks, and you will get some boost for your burst this time, and it is including the scaling from defense. So maybe at C2 you will want to upgrade the burst, but hey, I don't have the constellation and I cannot test it out. So yeah, if you have the second constellation, let me know how much boost did you get. When it comes to fourth constellation, it's a little bit interesting. I mean, I know that you can stand on the flower and go up, and just because Albedo is like early character, I guess that Hoyoverse thought, hey, because you have elevator, let's make him do a little bit more plunge attack bonus for absolutely everyone, and they did put the 30% increase for the plunge attack damage on the fourth constellation, which is a little bit strange, as I said, but hey, it is here, and just because we have so many other characters that are boosting much more important stats, no one is using Albedo in, let's say, Zhao's team, so pointless, yes. Sixth constellation, you get your crystallized damage increased by 17% while you are shielded by that created crystallize. 17%, it's low. For the C6 it's really low, so C4 is pointless, C6 it's just weak, C1 is probably not going to give you that much energy boost, and when it comes to C2, I don't know, the burst damage is just, you don't care about the burst from the Albedo, and I don't know how much C2 is boosting him, so none of these constellations are good enough. So yeah, none of these constellations are good enough, and I don't know what to think about any of those constellations, because even having him at C6, I guess it's not going to boost him that much. You will definitely want to go with his weapon if you can, and if someone has Chiori's weapon and did the testing against Cinnabar, well, let me know which one is better, because as you know, I don't have Chiori's weapon and I cannot check it out. Alright, so when it comes to the Albedo's teams, it's going to be kinda easy, because hey, everyone who wants elemental mastery, he can join that team, okay? He can definitely join that team. So all Hydro, Pyro, Cryo, and even Dendro characters, maybe even some of the Electro characters. So everyone is going to benefit from his activating the burst, and he's also going to create some crystallize, and you will have shield, and of course you will have a little bit of damage from his flower. So yeah, absolutely anyone of those elements who is using elemental mastery as a boost is going to benefit from Albedo. But also we have monogeo teams, and he is really good in monogeo teams. He will have his skill ready all the time, of course, and his burst is going to be active all the time, although you don't need elemental mastery from the burst on geo characters. But hey, crystallize is going to be boosted a little bit when you have EM high, so you know, a little bit thicker shield. If you have Zhongli, you have 2 shields, and so on and so on. But the best team for him, I don't honestly know. I mean, I'm using him in the Mono Geo team, and I have so many other better boosters for the other characters from other elements, even the ones that need EM. I mean, I have Nahida, I have Sucrose and Kazuha, now even Shilonen. So yeah, I don't need Albedo in those teams, but he's still an option if you don't have anyone better. Alright everybody, that's going to be absolutely everything on Albedo's guide. I hope that you didn't get the feeling that he is kinda useless, because he is not. He is going to help you in many situations, but as an old character, I mean, I said it so many times already, but as an old character he's going to get outdated. I mean, he already did, but you know, to the point that he is not even going to be usable. That's something that definitely hurts me, because I would like every single character to have some position in this game, and I would like that everyone is usable until the end of this game, and that everyone is, I mean, not at the same level when it comes to damage and support capabilities, but we need to have them to be acceptable and that we want to use them. Even the first of the characters that came out, like Diluc and let's say even Chichi, I would like to have good Chichi build and do something with her. So yeah, Albedo is one of the first characters and he's quite outdated. So yeah, I will see you in the next guide.